tulifika hii kitu homeboys
yeah. So homeboys
story imeshika sasa tuendelee na story.
So homeboys they contact me, they tell me to go, they have they want to give me a recording deal, to go with the director video of course. Kufika pale wanataka Kefa, unaona, wanataka Kefa yani.
Lakini hiyo video ni noma though.
Hiyo video ni noma. Kefa really came through with the visuals. Even this time everybody was asking me like, who is this guy? So I totally understand where Homeboys was coming from at that particular point. So it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, it's just business, bro.
And hey, you got played on the beat.
I was played on the beat, bro.
So the first time ever. And if you don't, and of course, I'm sure even at Homeboys you made some connection.
Yeah, of course. Because
Homeboys had a radio station as well.
Homeboys was I'd say like one of the biggest radio stations your time. I believe it is even right now. So yeah, nimeenda Chrome we producer Chrome wa Homeboys and he record like 2-3 songs at Homeboys. But then, you know, he also left Homeboys, and now because I'm no longer working with Homeboys, I get back to my, you know, my family studio like in a Big Beats Umoja. We get back to recording. I'm recording. Now, in the process of releasing music, I'm very active on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. So this particular day I'm just relaxing by computing in a big ile iko na monitor kubwa hivi nimedungilia ile modem ya Safaricom hapo nyuma. So I'm just you know, perusing through Facebook. Naangalia nini, I accidentally click on a Reverb Nation link. Then some song pops up. This is a guy called Christoph Barton Namwaya. No. So this guy, I'm like, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. So I think from then we started a conversation. Unajua Facebook ilikuwa kitu inatoka pale chini kring. Natoka vipi bro, dope track.
Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger. So ule jamaa pia shani Christopher, of course mimi nilikuwa najulikana yani kama ni msanii ungenijua, unaona. So I was like, yeah bro, thank you nini. Tukaanza tu kuongea. We started having you know, back to back conversations on Facebook, exchange numbers.
Nice.
And you remember those 3 songs that I had recorded at Homeboys with producer Chrome? Kulikuwa na We Be Happening. We Be Happening ilikuwa imerekodiwa, but then We Be Happening didn't have a chorus. It didn't have a hook. Ilikuwa tu ni verses. I had laced the verses but without a hook. So Chrome sent me the files and I was like, yo, Christoph nikanini. So what we used to do, we used to send each other, you know, our own songs. Yani, let me know what you think about this. So nikamtumia We Be Happening. Told him I recorded this with a producer called Chrome. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. He listens to the song and he's like, yo, Buddha, mazingo mani noma. Unajua, at this time, all the conversations we are having are over the phone. Yeah. We had never linked up with a guy like that. Unajua. So I tell him, yo, if you like it, we can do it together because it has 2 verses. You can come through with the second verse because I had the first and the third verse. Come through with the second verse and we can lace the hook together. He's like, yo, dope, nini. So he could ananicall kwa sema niko na idea flani noma sana ya chorus. Nikamwambia pull up with the studio. So I give him, you know, the directions of the studio, Umoja, where we used to record at.
Oh, so Chrome was at Homeboys. So he's the one who produced it.
Yeah.
And he sent now the files to the Umoja. Okay, yes. Yeah.
So Christoph now Christopher ananiuliza wapi hapa umo. Now I'm giving him the directions. Ako like, nini na mabesa utaenda kupandia gari pale Taska. I remember there's a place called Taska where you used to get gari za umo. Utaichukua, utakuja utashukia umo 1 hapo kwa place ya samaki blah 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 nini. Christopher is like, you know, can you just because you know the issue, I'm not using a matatu. No, I'm not using a matatu. I'm not using a Jav. I had never known any artist who drives, who owned a car. So I'm like, so I give him directions and I go. He when he arrives, naenda namchukua some place. You know, I get in his whip. I'm like, this guy's driving a whip. he had amejispray makolon. This guy is smelling so good. He's smelling fresh. Unajua the car, man, what the hell is this? This guy had some green pants. I remember the pants he was wearing, green pants with loafers. Nywele zake amefanya hivi, man. This guy was looking good. Unajua mimi on the other hand, because mimi ni OG baggy, mungu zangu baggy nini. So we get to the studio, tunafika kwa studio, mse ananukia fiti bro. Yani huyu jamaa manze kwani ni nani? Unajua mse ni nani? Uboy ni
Simiaki.
Anakuja ameingia kwa studio, akarap. Mi upenda vako za shambala, dem super mpaka maskara kwa shingo mpaka bagara matika tena. Hey, that guy laced a verse on that song. And tukaeka hiyo chorus. Hata chorus ilikuwa ni idea yake basically. Akakuja we be happening, so like Khaligraph Christoph, we be happening what ikakuja ikaingia,
you knew hit,
tukaiset. After kuiset hivi Christoph akaishia. So that's when we formed a relationship.
Yes,
friendly relationship. And because I had never known a person who, of course I knew people who owned wigs.
Yes,
Christoph is on another level. This guy is clean. This guy is damn, man. So me, Christoph Tunanini, he's like, yo, man, I've organized, because he had connections in the industry. And that time, P-Unit had released a video called You Guy.
Oh, that's with featuring Kolo.
Christoph was the only nigga on that video who was not singing on that song, but appeared on that video. Very cool guy, man. Ladies used to love this guy, man. And like, senior, I'm Safi. So from then that when I start rolling with Christoph. We'll aren't just continue the Christoph story, but there's something that now makes sense. There's a freestyle, those freestyles that you drop on Instagram that now I think it's even called Christoph. Yeah, the Christoph. Yeah.
So
I was talking about
this is what you're talking about.
Exactly, yeah. The chronicles of Khaligraph Jones and Christoph and how kafikia mnini. So Christoph, this guy is cleaning up nice. I start rolling with this guy, and the guys who I used to hang out with ni vijana tu unajua yani wase tu, lakini Christoph sana nimeanza ku roll na yeye, and he's exposing me to
the industry and where you want to be.
Exactly. And all this is new to me. I'm like, hey, this is how these guys are rolling. First time I remember he took me to we went and tukakutana na akina Gabu.
Yeah, Punit.
Bro, Punit, man. Punit unajua hiyo time wewe nini? Hata self esteem yangu iko chini. I didn't want to talk, and plus I was also very insecure because of how I was dressing at that point. I was dressing like that. So dress because hiyo ndo nguo ziko. Hauna pesa, hauna nguo bana, unajua. But please nani Christoph ako msafi. Ako true. So bado tuna roll na yeye. He was a good friend. Tuna roll, lakini in between yani mimi naanza ku like
you're in school.
Na cheki. Christoph takes me we decide to do the video for We Be Happening.
Yep.
We Be Happening, we shoot this video. Like I had never shot a video of that caliber in my career at that point. Now we have girls on this set. Madame, hata hiyo time sijui kama nimeshaikuwa na dame, sikuwa nimekuwa na dame. Wasichana wengi nini inaendelea hapa bana? Yani wasi Kolos there. There's a picture now. There's a picture.
Yep.
Vera Sidika came through. Vera Sidika was there with me. Hey, nimepiga picha na Vera Sidika, buda. Man, like you see those photos, man. It's actually pretty crazy. Yeah. Khaligraph Christoph, we be happening. So tumefanya video and we chucked this song Khaligraph Christoph, We Be Happening. Pinye ndani,
of course that one
hiyo na akacheza hiyo. Niko anacheza hii ngoma imechezwa, ngoma inaanza kuhit, inachezwa Homeboys, inachezwa wapi and in this katikati Christoph is cool. Christoph knows. He knew people in the industry. Christoph is a friend to STL. Bro, STL ule ni msichana hata singetaka kusonga karibu na yeye hivi, bro, buda. Those are the women who you would see on the television and you just want them to be where they are. They don't come close to you. STL.
What?
So Christoph knows STL. STL listens. She hears our song together. She's like, yo, man, you guys are crazy. I want to do a remix of my Biashara song. And I want to feature you guys on it. STL. And now STL, she's in Norway.
Yeah.
And I met to my song. We went to where we actually laced our verses in Ninitu, Umoja. Now same studio, we laced the verses. STL ako amekuja Kenya, but alitumia. Sasa tumekaa. After some time, man, and hivi tukaona kwa mneti, kwa blogs and vlogs and whatever. STL is coming to Kenya. STL is dropping the Biashara remix. Featuring Khaligraph Jones and Christoph and Khaligraph Jones. Bro, do you know what the amount of hype that Biashara song gave us, me and Christoph? Now, this is what used to happen with me and Christoph. Now, crazy. Because I used to roll with Christoph, and I wanted to be like Christoph. You know, the way he was rolling, he was cleaning up nice. I wanted to, you know, he was actually inspiring me without even knowing. So me
mindset even was different. You were seeing opportunities.
Because now I'm hanging out with a guy. I'm no longer hanging out with my boys in the hood. I'm hanging out with this guy who has connections in the industry, and now he has broadened my perspective about music and life, and now I'm starting to understand things differently. Christoph, tuna nini, mi maza kuva mangoku, maza kuva smart, tunaendanga naye ma place. But now, Christoph, mademu wanapenda Christoph. Mademu wanapenda Christoph. Mademu wanapenda hiyo kijana. Acha nikwambie, manze, like, Christoph is a guy who he's you know what they call chick magnet. Chick magnet. This guy, like, we used to go to places, you know, mimi nakuwa mnoma sana kurap. Hata tungerap na Christoph, mimi nilikuwa mnoma, like you would tell Khaligraph Jones probably a better rapper, unaona. But Christoph was the face of the the hype of it. Exactly, yeah. So places we used to go to, yeah, Christoph. So everybody, now, we used to go to Nakumat Lifestyle, look on anafanya wasome tujalia, but now mimi yani, I got 2-3 niggas. Christoph akapale na madem na wani, hey, this guy, and I'm like, but you know it is what Christoph, you see, he was getting all the girls, man. But that's Christoph for you. So, but Christoph really, after hanging out with Christoph, that's when. So let's talk about this Biashara remix, because that one, I mean, like, no, you can't just skip over that Biashara.
Because so you record, send her the vocals.
After some time, she comes back to Kenya. She lands in Kenya, and she's like, "We are shooting this video." We're shooting this video, and there are some guys who came from the States who were supposed to handle the visuals for the song. Now STL is there. We are shooting. We went to shoot the video at Kariako, huko hivyo. We had all these cameras, you know, like it was. Took on my stylist pale. Me, I never seen those guys in a video. Me, I remember when we used to shoot videos. Na vatu mango zako za kwa nyumba na nataka kufanya nini? Watu wanaguzwa makeup, fanya makeup kwa sura aje. You don't touch me like that, man. I'm OG, man. Ain't no way I can wear no makeup. But kume, this is how these things usually function on a music video.
Yeah.
We come, we shoot the video, we shoot ta. Hey, the video is not released. STL is not impressed with the way those guys handled the video. Now we have to reshoot the video again.
Yo.
Yeah, and then that's how STL was very specific with whatever she wanted.
Quality,
and quality. STL was never compromised on quality. If it's not of quality, then to the trash. No. So we reshot the video again with a guy called Mush King.
Yo.
Yeah. Mush King comes in. I actually think I introduced STL to Mush King because Mush King had worked with me before. There's a song I had released, a very controversial song. Like probably at that point, I think that was the best video in Kenya. Ilikuwa inajiita F-Off. I'm the first artist in Kenya to release a. Now your time sika sai unaweza release a song called F-Off.
Yeah.
Your time yani you really needed to have guts to release such content.
Yeah, oyo ni Stella wa Mwagi. Yes, natuwe Nairobi. We are in Nairobi and where? Biashara Street. Why? Because Biashara ni Biashara. It's the video, music video behind the scene. It's happening. I know people have waited a long time for this, so now it's happening. The good thing is that now it's the remake. Christoph atakam, Khaligraph atakam.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Khaligraph here at the Biashara video shoot. As you can see, it's going down today. I'm pretty sure of the outcome. You know, the outcome is going to be positive. The reception is going to be great because the audio was already accepted. So with the video to add to that, it's going to be crazy, man. So that's what's up, man. Good luck because we got a lot of things coming through. Check out for your boy Khaligraph. You already know how I do it.
You got your umbrellas, always be a shower, baby Stella. Go ahead and tell him.
So I introduced Mushking to STL. Mushking shoots this video.
So you shoot the remix again.
Again, man. And when we released the song, na STL ndo alikuwa mtu wa kwanza kufanya hii Kenya. You see, after that I started seeing people going for doing media tours. Everybody's touring different radio stations. Nini. STL was the first one to do it, and she did it with Biashara, and she tagged us along. Sisi tu tulikuwa pale like mi nani mimi nafuatana tu bro. Mimi sasa nafanya nini yani? Mimi nataka tu pia mimi kwa hapo.
But that's so cool. So you guys now went everywhere doing this Biashara remix.
Yeah, we had
even places you had never been.
Like in one day, that day we started with Capital. We went to Sijui Nini, like places where I had never stepped foot into. Now I am being exposed to these people.
Your beat of the week now.
Beat of the week. Buda STL. STL imetoka. Sa hype imeshashika Khaligraph Jones na Christoph. Now I really came through with the verse. Biashara. Hey, Khaligraph Jones. But Christoph was still getting all the girls. So I got tuka nini until I think tukaendelea hivyo STL. I think she went back, and up to date I'd say I'm actually very grateful for that foundation and for that platform, because she put us on, and that song really put us on another level, me and Christoph. Now at least we had our own tulikuwa na nguvu, our own energy to spread our own wings right now. We didn't need to depend on anybody else. Now we started releasing songs together with Christoph. We went ahead and released that song we were talking about.
There's a song, the one, what's it called again?
It's called Fly.
Yes, Fly.
I don't wanna force, I gotta say. Christoph was not even supposed to be on that song. It was supposed to be me and that guy. But because we used to roll together, I was like, yo, Buddha, eka verse hapo hivyo ndani. So tukakuja tukaimba hivyo nini. But mimi ni, like I told you, mimi ni rapper. Mimi ni rapper, my G. Like rapping is my thing. So along the way, all this fame was coming. And
so wait, let's slow down, because I don't want you to rush too fast over this thing, because this is now the transition moment of where when people say Khaligraph Jones, you can put a face, or the guy of Biashara remix, or the guy who's done this with Christoph. Like I could see you, I could go, and now I started googling and who is this Khaligraph, because your bars were sick. That's the thing that till today I've never stopped doing. Even when I hit you up in the inbox, I told you, yo Buddha, I wait for your verse on all songs that I listen to. But there's a song that I saw on Nonini's YouTube channel.
Yeah, the song with me, Christoph, and
yes, again with Christoph.
Yeah, that song. We were actually paid by a guy called Bitiakiga Makega.
Yeah, Bitiakiga. Yeah, that's the same guy who did Nyashinsky's.
Now you know.
Now you know. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were paid to be on the song. I think that's the first time I was ever paid. I got money to participate in a song that it is in mine, and tukapatiwa do na Christoph. Nonini was the guy who was making those connections.
What up? DJ gonna sign up you on the beat ya Kiga. Let's go. Hey, y'all, shorty got the good vibe, shorty all alone. Shorty want a good guy, shorty in his zone. She gon' make a dude lie, let me get your phone number so that I can holler, maybe get you home. But pardon me, mommy, I think I ought to introduce myself. I got something I wanna do and I could use your help. Cause you and me tuna match kabisa. Got me high, nikani mekunywa taska tisa. Na nimechanganisha na tequila, I'm a rosé. Girl, you blessed and sexy in all ways. Okay, I don't play, but I'm gonna say that I'm not Jay, but you can be my Beyonce. Una do style yako iko juu. Hey shorty, what it do? Shorty, what it do? Style yako iko juu. Zile vitu una do.
And,
Had you met Nonini before? Or again, was this happening via Christophe?
Nonini nilimjua tu ki-industry, like, yo, like not on a one-to-one basis, unajua?
Yes.
One-on-one basis. But I had probably might have heard of me, of Nini, the projects. I remember there's a time Nonini sent me a message on Facebook akiniambia, because I was blowing up, akaniambia tu kitu nafaa kuwa careful now that I'm blowing up is kukuwa na split sheets za nini royalties, yani we're very careful with that. So he gave me
That's
that pointer.
some amazing advice, man.
Yeah, I remember that was a very long time ago. Yeah, so but then Christophe tukakuja tukafanya Nonini, because guys used to think me and Christophe, we used to sound, so good when we were doing, projects together. Yeah, so tukaendelea na hata after hapo tukaendelea kufanya projects. Now this is what happened between me and Christophe.
Yes.
Because I told you, Mimi, from the get-go, I've always wanted to rap, and my foundation is, unlike Christophe, mine is different. I'm known for, my lyricism and basically just representing the hip-hop culture and putting it on the map. Christophe, on the other hand, he's a commercial guy.
Yeah.
Like he has that commercial appeal. He goes to places, everybody wants to interview him, and there's a time he went to an MTV Mamas, and I was there with Christophe. Those guys for
that time it was at Uko Kasarani.
Not Kasarani. There's a time it was at Club Treehouse.
Yes. In fact, it was at Treehouse first, and then the next day the thing was at,
probably yeah. So to hapo, man, those guys didn't even want to interview me. They interviewed Christophe. I think probably it's because of the way I was dressed at that time, but it is what it is. So Christophe is a commercial guy. Mimi mtu na represent hip hop. So fame imeanza kukuja. This time, life at least, I started getting a couple of gigs. Now I had moved to Doni. Naishi Donholm. I live in Donholm. I have hustled, saved money. I've bought my first car. Subaru B4.
From gigs?
From gigs, yeah.
So when you say hustle, you don't mean, you're talking hustling from the music?
From the music, yeah. So my bro is a car dealer.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is that when I used to get, the little money that I used to get from the gigs, I used to set some aside, yani for eventually so nilikuwa nampatianga tu inaenda ikijaa kinini until it got to the point where I was like, yo, okay, now this money is enough to get you this kind of whip. So he got me a Subaru B4 Legacy,
the blue one.
That the green one. It was a green one, a KAU. And so niko na muti. So Christophe, we are all blowing up in our own individually and also together. We get this gig where there's a time to change was supposed to come to Kenya, and then he cancelled. Me and Christophe were supposed to headline to Jameson, of course. Jamie, tulikuwa tunafaa ku cut and raise for 2 Chainz. Now I think your time ndo memes zilianza kutengeneza juu after 2 Chainz cancelling the first show rescheduling, and we had already made a lot of posters tukisema international nyinyi mtatu 2 Chainz alituonyesha baba akakosa kuja buda memes imetengenezwa huko kwa Twitter tunachekwa but we were paid good money. We had tulilipwa at least, yani unaona. So Christophe, your time because pia family ilikuwa imekuja to some extent, yani nini now kila Christophe sasa ameanza ku get pia collaborations from
other guys
in the industry, big guys,
and let me ask you, wait, when you're on stage at this place, what are you performing?
Well, we performed our own individual tracks. This is how it used to happen. Christophe would go first and start with the intro, performing song, in between. That's when I come in now, because I had nilikuwa na my individual songs zingine zilikuwa more popular than so of course nilikuwa naingia afterwards. Then
but which individual songs, for example, would you do?
I had a song called Mbesha.
Boss, we have to go back and talk about Mbesha. Yes, I remember Mr. Mbesha.
Mr. Mbesha, yeah. I think that's the first trap song in Kenya that was ever recorded that actually got to mainstream media.
So would you say then that's your first Khaligraph accepted song that you guys knew you for?
Individually as Khaligraph Jones, yeah.
I mean, in terms of pop, in terms of now, the one where when you get on stage, people can sing. Because like there's one you mentioned which had a sample.
The Mario,
the Mario one. I'm trying to. It's not like when you say Mbesha, I'm like, yo,
Mbesha now, that was on a different level. Because I had already worked with like an STL. Now by the time I was putting Mbesha out, I had already gained myself an audience. You know? So people are familiar with Khaligraph Jones, and so now Mbesha is. It was a big song.
Yeah,
hip hop.
It was.
So hip hop was growing in Kenya. Mi nikiingia na perform Mbesha kwa Mr. Mbesha, alafu nilikuwa napenda kuimba maimbo zingine za kunini za ku nini haraka, yani unajua machine gun rap. And plus my studio freestyles, these are my homeboys. People knew me off that. There are times, when I'd go to a radio station, drop a freestyle, and the freestyle becomes so popular. Now I have to get on stage and perform that freestyle as a song.
No way.
Yeah, that's what used to happen. And this is because Pia fans were requesting for that. Yo, perform ile nini? Napita juu ya hipi tu dadani bypass. Mainstream, sing siku za diapers. A golden touch kwa ngoma kama idas mistari 3D utadani IMAX. Yani I was just rapping, Yeah.
Like, let me show you how crazy, how I know you're right about that. Because there's a freestyle I know that you say something about Diddy. In the lines, I'm trying to remember the punchlines. Anyway, it'll come. But you spit something called Didi. Anyway, so Mbesha was after this STL time. It was the first welcome, the reintroduction of Khaligraph Jones. It's not that you hadn't been there. It's just that guys are now seeing you on collabos. Will be happening. They've seen the STL. They're like, let's hear this guy on his. When you're on your own track alone. There's a sort of stamp that you put.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it was crazy. It got good reception. But at the same time, me and Christoph are still hanging out. We're still rolling together and still working on songs together. But now, because Christoph was also doing his own individual things, he linked up with Kaka, and there was Kaka and who? It's this guy. Was it Frasha? And they did a song called Dandia.
Produced by that girl, the same guy who produced the other song with Kaka and Magic.
No, Magic Senga was not even on the scene at that time.
Okay. Anyway,
it's a Dandia. It was Dandia took that song. That song became the biggest song in the country. I think that's probably one of the biggest songs.
Dandia kama ma 3.
Leo mina Dandia 2 kama mat. So that became the biggest song at that time. Christoph, that's the biggest song he ever had. And it was his song. He had featured these guys. Now, of course, it's always expected that people will come in and now they'll start telling you, now this is the direction you're supposed to take with your music. Now with this kind of music, you're seeing the impact, right? You see everybody's talking about it. This is the biggest song in the country. Now, this is what you're supposed to do. Now, Khaligraph Jones is dope. You people rap together, Nini, but now you need to focus on your own career. Now, Tena, Mimi, from the get-go, I've always wanted it to be known that I represent hip-hop. So it was very hard to remove me from hip-hop and put me in another genre of music no, I was just for hip-hop, like hata kama ninge jump into another sound. I just wanted people to that Khaligraph Jones he's rapping hip-hop. So after that, Christoph, blew up. Like I think he surpassed me in with a very big margin. I think that brought about a disconnect because he became big. The song is big, and he no longer wants to rap the way he was rapping before. He wants to do commercial music like that, and of course I remember he was getting advice from a whole lot of people. And he used to tell me, we used to be cool still, tell me like, there's a time he told me that a very big guy in the industry, a very, very big guy, like a respected guy in the industry, told him to tell me, Khaligraph, you need to stop talking about Kayole, because that is going to limit your chances of penetrating into this market the way you're supposed to. The minute you talk about Kayole every time, and that, it scares away the corporates and blah blah blah. So when people are telling you those kind of things, then definitely in the long run you will want to disassociate yourself with me. So I think that's what happened, and Mimi, I continued with my hip hop.
So you just drifted apart?
We drifted apart. Yeah. He was doing his own thing, recording. Went to na tuko tu pachokwa ni bossy ko nini. The big shout out to King nani anaitwa nani Nai Boy. Misa nikabaki nikifanya hip hop. Yeah, just say I go by Khaligraph and I have a story to tell you today, so nisikize tafadhali. Hey, around kitu 2012 walidai nimekuwa bit soft. At that point I was still hanging out with Christoph. Bado nilikuwa na dreams za kuomoka juu Christopher Sabola na mimi nilikuwa nimesota. Nakumbuka bado nilikuwa nakaa kwa mother. At that point Kayole bado ilikuwa naitwa Gaza. Christopher alikuwa na ndai, mimi nilikuwa napiga lesser. I used to wonder how mse upata easy passer. We was rolling as a clique, but there's something you could tell, that one was living in heaven and one was living in hell. Chris akipiga designer, nilikuwa napiga mtumba. He used to get them shorties, Juba alikuwa na dunga. Chris alikuwa najua Shafi, Frasha na Gabu. Mimi nilikuwa najua Dagi na mahasla wa mtatu. Upo mabeste zake, wote ni mastaa. Mimi mabeste zangu wote, si ushinda nao mitaa. Damn tricky either way, kila kitu taratibu. I used my confidence kujikava from my ibu. There's a time sikuwa na ene, na tuko session kwa dili. Kufika mtaa, ilikuwa ni kitu so mbili. Sizi mshoa nyokole, jundaji aibisha. I was stressed on what to do after your session imeisha. But luckily, nikawai matia vako. Kufika mtaa kapata makarao, wako msako, wakatry kunidandia. Nikajitetea, told them that I was a rapper, na najitegemea, so they let me go. Man, how lucky was I? Jujana yake, kuna maboy wawili walidai. But anyway, now let me get back to the story, so that you understand bona mchukua life slowly. Around 2013, nika do track na Stella. Biashara remix na ikashika mafela. Mademo akanza kuni notice, nikaanza kuchanuka na ma stories za showbiz. Fast Pro show na kumbuka ilikuwa ni Z-Tech. They gave me 50 G's na nijua lini respect. Mara hiyo nikashika bed sita, karabi minipe chwani, then pia naza get meter. Kaanza kuwa mjanja, hustle ikapanda, nikaanza kuchanga, nikipata mkwanja. Me and Christoph were still rolling together, but it was evident that he was making more cheddar. Mimi nilikuwa Kayole bado, nilikuwa msao shago. At 22, imagine bado nilikuwa ngavajo. But it later came and I aced it. Then I started working with K-Tricks. Spin cycle, ilikuwa poa, but it wasn't working for me. So nikajitoa, nikatoa Mbesha after beef yangu na Octo. Followed by Songea, vid nikaipiga Costo. At that point, pesa zikaanza kukam. Everywhere that I go, ni baba yao ndo wali chant. Endorsement deals, kukutana na ma CEO. Talanta si on